Why am I drawn to this woman? I'm cursed. I can't be with any woman.
This is terrifying, but yet I'm hungry for him. Why do I feel this way?
Just stay here and don't cause any problems. I have to figure out this mess.
Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Joe.
And
we're Book Buds.
Today we're talking about Gina Showalter and her series, Lords of the Underworld. Joe, these are some hot books.
They look pretty hot to me.
They have some nice hot covers. We got some very attractive men here with tattoos all over their bodies, but also a really great story. So if you're looking for something steamy but also fun to read, I really enjoy this series. I haven't read the whole series yet. I've jumped around a little bit. I didn't start at number 1. I started in the middle, then I went back to number 1. But basically the overall gist of this series is kind of captured in our scene that we did. There's these men that are like intense and dark, and these women that are not supposed to be with them, and there's an attraction between the two. And they're not supposed to have this relationship, and it's tempting, and there's all this desire.
That's always the case.
Yes, of course. The basic storyline that goes through the Lords of the Underworld is that each of these men opened Pandora's box. They were warriors, and they like messed up, and they opened the box, and all these curses came out of the box. And they were then afflicted with each of the curses that were contained in Pandora's box.
Cool.
So you have like,
awesome.
Yeah, you have one guy that has to escort everybody to hell when they die. So, you know, he can live his life, but every moment that somebody dies near him, he's got to escort them to hell. You have another guy who's very promiscuous, and he has to sleep with a different woman every time. He cannot repeat sleeping with the same woman twice.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Yeah. But also, if he doesn't sleep with somebody like every day, he starts to experience pain. So like if you don't follow through with your curse, you have agonizing pain. So you really do have to follow through with this thing that's afflicted you, okay? So it's a very interesting series. If you enjoy a fantasy story and you also enjoy a very hot romance story, this is a mix of those two things.
Cool.
Okay, so the ones that I'm holding here, this is the first one, The Darkest Night. You don't have to start at the beginning of the series if you don't want to. I didn't start at the beginning, and this book maybe isn't written as well as later ones, I feel like. I feel like she became better and better with her writing skills as she went on. There was one even written just recently in 2020, which I didn't realize. There are so many of these. The one that was just written is her 15th, but yet there's like a 0.5 and a 3.5 and a 4.5 book also thrown in between.
Prequels, things like that.
Yeah, it's just like little additional things. So there might be up to 20 of these or something like that. So this is the first one if you want to start at the beginning. Also with me I have 2 that I am going to be reading. This one is about Paris, who's the guy that can't sleep with somebody more than once, but he really wants to. He wants to find that person that he's supposed to connect with and be with, but he's cursed and he really doesn't believe that he can do that. So we'll see what happens in his story. This one is called The Darkest Seduction, and I think this might be number like 7, maybe 8, something like that. And this one is The Darkest Secret, and the main character here, he can manipulate the thoughts of people that are nearby, anybody that he can give them like dark thoughts and make them unhappy and whatnot. So if he is with a woman, they're just going to be miserable with themselves, right? So you need to find that perfect chemistry one to break this curse for them. So if this is your sort of thing, check out Gina Showalter. She's super fun to read if you're in the mood for that.
All right, fun books, Mary.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
No problem.
If you're enjoying Book Buds, give us a thumbs up.
And share us with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel,
Book
Buds!
So put the books down, we're gonna do our scene. Okay? You're like this warrior, okay? And you are mad. You like to like rip things to shreds, okay?
I feel like the Hulk.
Right, okay? But at the same time, you really think I'm hot.
How am I gonna fucking do this shit? I'm not an actor. What the fuck? You're like, it's gonna be like a really quick scene, 30 seconds. This is like difficult. Anger, Hulk.
I'm gonna say not funny, not funny, not funny, not funny, not funny in my head. Not funny.
It's so funny. Shut up. It's so funny, not funny.